Yes, Black Lightning. That's one of the best comic book series premieres I've seen in a long time. Y'all did that. Hey everyone, it's Shriner from Pay or Wait, and today I am going to be doing my TV recap of Black Lightning, the series premiere, episode 1, The Resurrection, which in this series was created by the husband and wife duo, Salim and Mara Barak Akil, and they're simply amazing. I'm so happy that they brought this story to the CW, and let's just give a brief synopsis of what the episode is about. So we were introduced to Jefferson Pierce, who is basically a school principal who we know is also used to be Black Lightning, but we haven't seen Black Lightning in over 9 years. And due to some unfortunate events that happened in one night, Jefferson now has to make the decision on whether or not he will continue to live his normal life, or if he will continue, or he will go back to his previous life of being Black Lightning when 2 of his daughters are kidnapped by an evil gang called the 100 Gang. So that's a brief synopsis without giving too much away on the episode. So let's get into what I liked about this series premiere. So first and foremost, the music. Music was on point. When they started with Nina Simone's Strange Fruit, I was like, yes, okay, I have a feeling that the music is gonna be bomb for the rest of the episode, and I was definitely correct. Loved every minute of it, especially when that, I don't know what the song is called, but it automatically made me think back to Dead Presidents, and I think you know what part I'm talking about. I was just like, I'm so in love. And then when we get to the second scene of the entire series premiere is when Jefferson is pulled over by the cops after he picks up his eldest daughter, Anissa, from jail as she was being arrested for protesting, and he's pulled over by the cops, and it's just like, what description is he fitting? Like, this man got a suit, he driving a Volvo, he got his 2 teenage daughters in the car, so I'm really trying to figure out, like, is he speeding? Like, what's going on? And you know, the officers just use so much aggressive force, especially in front of his daughters. And then he even says, like, dude, this is the 3rd time this butt. Like, what am I doing that's, like, flagging you guys to pull me over? And I'm even more confused because, like, he's a principal. Like, y'all don't know who this man is, the principal? I'm just kind of confused as to all of this is going on. And you see that they think that he's a potential suspect for a bank robbery that was just committed. And so what I enjoyed about that scene was just the realness of the traffic stop, especially as that relates to, you know, a fear that many African Americans have given the recent events that are going on today. But what really spoke to me was the conversation that him and his daughter were having in the car when he was talking to her, trying to be like, hey, you have to peacefully protest. Violence is never the answer. And then he quoted Dr. Martin Luther King. And then when she gave the quote for offending Lou Hamer, she was like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And he was kind of just like, whatever, like, that's not the point. But what I loved about that was that quote stuck with me because it almost got to the point where him being sick and tired of being sick and tired of the constant violence happening in the community, constant racial profiling that he has been going through, that statement kind of leads him to becoming Black Lightning again. So I don't know if I'm just being too deep and reading too deep into it, but I really thought that it was pretty cool that was kind of the debate that they were having back and forth, and it ends up being the catalyst for him going back to his previous life. So then I want to go into his daughters. So his eldest daughter is Anissa, and his youngest daughter is Jennifer. They're both beautiful, beautiful young women, highly educated, very smart. His eldest daughter is not only an activist, but she is in the medical field. She is a teacher in her spare time. And I really loved seeing these like positive images of these young teenagers and even, well, these young women, just because of the eldest daughter. So the youngest daughter, I love her the most, and I've seen her in her previous work, and I've always been a fan of hers. But I really enjoy how she is such a strong young woman and talented young woman, but she kind of is trying to fight this good girl image, and I really don't understand why, but fighting that good girl image kind of leads her down the wrong path, which kind of gets them into all these crazy events that happen during the course of the night and the next day. And the scene when they were like fighting each other, she was like, "Call me bitch one more time," and then when she was saying "fast ass," I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is sibling arguments, okay?" Like, I really enjoyed the dialogue between them two, going back and forth, but still showing that her oldest sister wants what's best for her, but still wants her to live her life as well. So I really enjoyed that dynamic between the both of them. Now, also too, while I'm on the strong presence of women, can I just talk about like the relationship between Jefferson and his ex-wife? Even though that they're not married, you can tell that what caused the rift in their marriage was his dedication to being Black Lightning and kind of taking away, his focus on his family. I love to see that you can still see the love between the two of them, that, she had to make a decision on what was best for her family, but she still genuinely still loves her ex-husband. And can we talk about the fact that this beautiful Black woman has a fade, okay? Can we talk about the different shades of melanin? In this episode, we had the dark one, we had the caramel one, we had albino men. It was just so great to see such diversity in melanin, and it just brought me so much life, and I was just so here for it. Now, what I loved is that Jefferson, like, I love his presence, and I love Cress, who plays him. I've loved him since Living Single, and we're not gonna get in on the fact that it's been how many years since Living Single, and he's still looking like a little chocolate snack. I saw you, okay? But I really love that even though he's given up this like kind of superhero life, he's still a hero in his current life. And it's basically, he went from saving people who are in need to then becoming a hero to children and making sure that children are educated and that they're headed down the right path to kind of lead them into prosperity. So I really love that both characters are still heroes in their own right. So I thought that was really great to see. It was so positive to see the words of affirmation that he was giving the kids in his speech when he was like, live life by any means necessary. So it was really great to just see the inspiration that he is in both of his past life and his current life as well. So let's get on. First of all, we gotta get on Latavius, okay? So you see in the scene where like Latavius is like, say my name when he gets mad. And I'm like, okay, say his name. Say his name. Because what is his name? That's so big of a big deal. And then when this fool said, Lala, I said, sir, you can't be serious. Like, you cannot be serious right now. Lala, my dude. Lala. Who is afraid of somebody called Lala? How did you even get that nickname? Please help me to understand, okay? Because right now, you should just stuck with Latavius. He was trying to help you out, but you didn't want to take help from him. And it was too much. I cannot with Lala. But another thing that I want to talk about so during the course of the episode, this man Jefferson keeps getting like harassed by the cops. And even when he goes to save his daughter at this club that is known for gang members, the police decides to stop the only person that's dressed in a suit. And I'm just like, bruh, what is y'all description for like criminals in this city? Because I do not understand. But even deeper, it made me think of that saying, like, there's nothing more dangerous than a Black man in a suit. And at first, I'm just focusing on how this brother got a suit on, y'all. He a principal. Like, why is he fitting all these descriptions? But then when you get to learn the true villain towards, like, the end of the episode, he's another Black man in a suit that's powerful, but he is evil. So it's kind of like you have these two different men who are intelligent and they're influencing the youth, but in two different ways. You have Jefferson, who is influencing the youth for good, and then you have the other person, I believe his name is Tobias, who is kind of sending these young men on a downward spiral into the life of drugs and violence. So once again, I'm probably thinking too deep, but I really love that parallel between the two. Now, let's get on the suit, okay? The suit. I didn't have that much of an issue with a suit. I know everybody has, like, I hate the suit. It's too much. Like, all that neon, I don't like it. Now, granted, I did prefer the suit when they did the flashback to the younger version of Black Lightning when he was in the supermarket saving the man. But it's not that big of a deal to me. I don't have a problem with the suit. And to be honest, the suits change every season. So I'm not one to get that invested in what the attire looks like. But oh well. Now, for the last thing that I really love is that they dedicated the episode to Amanda Davis, who was actually one of the reporters in the episode. And I also love the use of Roland Martin. And he really said something that was so true. It was just like, okay, so you have this man with powers like all of the other heroes that we hear about. But for some reason, this black man is being called a vigilante when he's actually helping do good and get rid of the crime and all of the bad guys off the street, but we refer to all of these other people as heroes. So it's kind of just like, I really appreciated the parallels, you know, in this series that really portray like what it feels like to be black in America today, and to not try to make it, you know, too political and stuff like that. But I think that's what made me love this show even more. It's so real. And what you see with most of the comic book movies, comic book TV shows right now, it's kind of too light. And it's almost too light or kind of corny or cheesy that it makes it kind of not believable, or makes it feel like you can't truly connect to the characters. And I feel like for Black Lightning, everything feels so real that you almost forget that you're in this fantasy type of world, you forget that this man even has superpowers, because his character is so relatable to today and so believable just as a normal human being, that you forget that this is like a comic book TV show. And so for me, I really enjoyed this series premiere. I really felt like it was a breath of fresh air. It gave me the Luke Cage mixed with Arrow vibes, and I feel like this is going to be a different comic book series TV show, but I think it's one that's definitely needed, and I think a lot of people will find ways to relate to it and will appreciate what this has to offer to the DC universe, you know, on the CW. So if you like what you saw today, my name is Sharana Williams. Make sure you share this video, like, subscribe, comment in the comment section below on what you loved about the series premiere of Black Lightning. I will definitely be back next week watching. I will definitely put up another recap of next week's episode. And as always, I will see you soon.